Hey everybody, how's it going today? Saturday, June 26th. All right. Um, so it's been a very interesting time period since the last time I made a video, and I wanted to kind of bring you up to speed. First of all, I attended the first annual Mackinaw City motorcycle rally, and oh man, first of all, the trip there was incredible. I really enjoyed it. It was a long trip in a car, about 5 hours on a bike, longer, right? Considerably longer because the group that I went with, we stopped about every hour to kind of walk around, rest a little bit, hydrate, etc. So we make the trip and we get up there, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect. Let me show you what it looked like there. Here you go. It People everywhere. There were so many people there. Thousands showed up. It was absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, there it is. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully you can see what we're looking at here. Just right on the water there is where they had us line up, and this is a very edge level picture here. There you go. You can kind of see what we were dealing with. Hey Eric, yeah man. For those of you who aren't aware, I guess there's a tornado warning in effect. It's kind of all over the place. There were watch warning, so just be safe out there. This is actually my bike here in the foreground, right here, and then you can see just the sea of people. This was over here from where kind of the vendors were going to be later. It had filled the entire parking lot here, and this was just the main staging area. There was a whole other secondary staging area. Just hundreds, if not thousands, of people showed up. Um, so there was a guy right at the hotel that we were at that had this Indian, and him and his buddy, they were both drunk. It was late at night. It was after the rally. It was that night or the night before. I don't remember. But this guy was basically, him and his buddy were trying to decide who was going to rev the motor and do a burnout in the parking lot on this big old Indian motorcycle. There was a big deep gouge up by the headlight, smashed area down at the bottom. So the bike had obviously been involved in some shenanigans in the past, right? But the bike kept dying on him. So they took that as a sign, thankfully, that the bike was telling them to go to bed. It was it was a trip. This guy had a bottle of, I don't even know what it was, some kind of liquor that he had next to the bike, and the other guy's like, "Oh, you should set it down by the bike. That's totally a good advertisement picture, right?" So he sits it down by the bike. He goes over there and he takes a picture, and just, man, it was it was something else. So the event itself, the rally itself, was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Got to see a whole lot of different bikes, a whole lot of different people. As you can see, there's people from all over, tons of people from Michigan, Indiana, people as North Carolina, South Carolina, all over the place. So we had the rally. We all line up and we take off. We start rolling. We go through the town, and then we go up over the Mackinac Bridge, right? Mackinac. This big old, like 15-mile bridge, or excuse me, 5-mile bridge. It's long. So we get up over the bridge. We cruise down on the other side. We go, we stop, we turn around, we come back, and this is the way back. Let me show you. It turned into a nightmare. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Yeah. This is us, and this is 2 hours later after we got back onto the bridge. We were in a traffic jam for 3 hours. That's my buddy Jim. Oh, might help if I there you go. Over here on the right, that's my buddy Jim. I was behind him for the moment. Decided to stop and take a picture. That's the bridge, just gridlock, right? Again, we were in traffic for 3 hours. Now, it turns out we weren't the only ones frustrated. As a matter of fact, high tensions on Mackinac Bridge, fatal crash, and 2 gun-involved road rage incidents in one day. Michigan State Police told motorists to expect long delays to cross the Mackinac Bridge on Saturday after a fatal motorcycle wreck. At least one of 2 gun-related incidents later that day was connected to the traffic backup, authorities said. Police said a series of incidents on the Mackinac Bridge during the recent weekend involved a fatal motorcycle wreck, a shooting, and a gun brandishing, all on the same day. First, a fatal motorcycle wreck Saturday morning on the Mackinac Bridge led to long traffic backups. At least one of the gun-related incidents that followed was connected to lengthy traffic delays associated with the deadly crash, authorities said. There was a road rage shooting in the early afternoon hours, then a gun brandishing incident just before sunset, authorities said. Now, I'm going to give you from our perspective, right? We went across the bridge, went to a gas station. Their restroom was closed, so we were like, well, we'll go to the other gas station, then we'll come back. But people decided, the group that I was with decided, well, let's just go back. I feel bad for the person that had to use the bathroom because we sat in traffic for 3 hours trying to get back across the bridge. And as you can see from the picture, it was backed up for miles and miles and miles. But when we get up to the bridge, about the halfway point, give or take, we realized why stuff was shut down. A trike had actually had an accident with a pickup truck. Witnesses said that apparently the trike, I guess there was a lane closure. The trike had tried to come over. The truck hit the bike and essentially sheared off the front half of the trike. The only thing really that was left was the rear axle, and it was bad. It was really, really bad. That's where the fatality happened, and unfortunately, that person will not be coming home. Police said by the end of the day, a Sheboygan man was dead, a Ludington man was jailed in St. Ignace, and the North Carolina man had been chased down and arrested in Mackinac City. Michigan State troopers reported a 78-year-old Sheboygan man died on the bridge at 10:30 a.m. in a head-on collision with a pickup truck. And authorities subsequently warned motorists about long waits while approaching the 5-mile long crossing of the Straits of Mackinac between the upper and lower peninsulas. Amid the backed up traffic, MSP Lieutenant Derek Carroll said a 63-year-old man from Williamsburg apparently would not allow a 65-year-old Ludington man to merge into a particular lane of traffic along U.S. Highway 2 in the UP. It happened again when they approached the toll booths on Interstate 75 on the northern end of the bridge, he said. At some point on the other side of the toll booth, they saw each other again, Carroll said. The Ludington man allegedly struck the Williamsburg man's vehicle with his own, he said, and the latter got out to confront the former after the collision. That's when the Ludington man pointed a handgun in the air and fired one shot. Seriously, dude? Even if you shoot in the air, what goes up must come down, the lieutenant said, adding it endangered bridge workers who are on the historic structure for their jobs. Troopers arrested the Ludington man and seized both a .40 caliber handgun and a 9mm handgun, along with one spent .40 caliber cartridge recovered from his driver's seat. The man was detained at the Mackinac County Jail in St. Ignace until his Monday court hearing, police said. Authorities arraigned William Richard Porcola of Ludington in the 92nd District Court for misdemeanor reckless discharge of a firearm. He was granted a personal recognizance bond and must return to court on July 13th, records show. The day's second gun incident on Michigan's landmark bridge happened just after 9 p.m. at the intersection at Central Avenue and Nicollet Street, where Mackinac City Police Department officials said they responded to a road rage complaint that started on the bridge. For those of you not familiar with the area, that's basically the south side. That's where the bridge comes down and intersects. The Nicollet Street is like right there by the bridge. Police said a motorist driving a car was in an altercation with a group of motorcyclists who accused him of brandishing a gun and pointing it at least one of them. The suspect fled when an officer attempted to pull him over, and a short pursuit happened, authorities said. Police said they learned the man also allegedly struck one of the motorcyclists with his vehicle, and when they stopped him, they seized a loaded pistol from beneath the driver's seat. Police arrested the motorist for felonious assault, fleeing and eluding, concealed weapons violation, and, shocker, drunken driving, Mackinaw City Police said. You ever notice that alcohol often plays a part in stupidity? Just saying. The man, a 53-year-old who police said recently moved back to Michigan from North Carolina, was detained at Sheboygan County Jail in Sheboygan to await arraignment. Now, I got all of that out of the way so I could tell you, overall, it was a fantastic trip. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a good time. I enjoyed the people that I went with. I enjoyed the town. I will say, after dark, there is not much happening in Mackinaw City. Not much at all. We got up there Friday night, a little late, like 11 p.m. or so, our local time. 11 p.m. local time, so 11 Eastern. And it was like the only thing open was a gas station and the various hotels, right? Speaking of hotels, we go to check into ours, and we're like, yeah, because we called several times to make sure, hey, just want to let you know we're on our way. Don't give our rooms away. We are en route. They're like, no, don't worry about it. So we get there and we're like, thanks for not giving the rooms away, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, we wouldn't do that. She goes, but apparently another hotel/motel, whichever it was, in town had a group of bikers that they canceled their reservations on them and sold the rooms at a higher rate to randos, so they could sell them at a higher rate. And I don't know whatever transpired with that. I don't know if there was a police report because of that, but I can say, personally, if I drove all that way and pulled into town to my hotel and they told me, I'm sorry, sir, we gave your room away, it would not end well. It would not end well at all. So right after the Mackinaw City thing, which again, good times, we stopped at a I can't think of the name of the place, but we stopped at this restaurant in Mackinaw City, and after we came back over the bridge, we ordered pizza later that night, which was really good, but like BC's Pizza, I think it was. Good place. If you're ever up there, recommend it. This place that we stopped at for lunch, it sounded really good. It had great reviews. We sit down, and first of all, they made us sit at two separate tables, even though there was only like 6, 7 of us, right? So it wasn't like we had 23 people. We had 7 people. They had us sit at two separate tables. Okay, whatever. I know Michigan's still a little weird on the restrictions, so not that big a deal. Yeah, I said something, but it's not that huge of a deal. The main stuff that they had, like the burger, it was okay, but their desserts, they had like, and apparently they're really known for their fish. No, I guess nobody felt like fish. They had really good reviews of their various fish that they sell, but nobody wanted that, including me. So I'm not hating. I didn't want it either. But their desserts, they had like all kinds of crazy cakes and cheesecakes and just a ton of different stuff. They had Butterfinger cheesecake, Heath cheesecake, like tons of stuff. And I guess it was really fairly thick cheesecake with a huge layer of like Butterfinger on top. One of the girls that was with us ordered some Butterfinger cheesecake, and I got to see it. I was like, oh my God. And then on the way out, there's like this massive display with all these different desserts in there. That was pretty cool. Overall, again, good time. So the very next weekend after we got back, my buddy Jim and I, we went to Ride Like a Pro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but we went to Ride Like a Pro. They have an office right here in Michigan City that they do the course, and if you look it up, Jerry Palladino is the guy who does the Ride Like a Pro course. He's been a motorcycle officer for like 20 years. He's taught this course. Good stuff. Anyway, great course. I did it. Here's all the pictures if you want to check it out. Ride Like a Pro, Indiana. This is me over there on the right. Made sure I had my my gear, right? So yeah. It was a really good time. Unfortunately, on the second to last exercise, I ended up going over a little too far, and I missed my opportunity to kind of pull it back the other way. It was my mistake. I messed up a little too far, and somehow my ankle came off the floorboard and dragged, and it basically got twisted behind like the saddlebag on the right side. A little twisty ankle, not a huge deal. So I've been kind of limping around for the last week. It's hurt. I mean, it hurt. It hurt really bad at the time. It's a lot better now. It's not nearly as bad. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I'm gonna end this video, and then I'm gonna start a new video because I have a few reviews that I'm going to do, but I don't want it to be on this video. I have some businesses that I need to blast, basically, and a company that I need to give a shout out to. So for those of you that are interested, I will be doing a series of quick live videos to do that. If you're not, fair enough. As always, though, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for joining me. It's good to talk to you guys again. Be safe out there. Try to stay dry. Talk to you again soon. God bless you. God bless Indiana, and God bless the USA.